Post-harvest summer is upon us here in Iowa, and we need to do something about our silo system, and we also need to change up our equipment a little bit. You see, quite a few pieces of equipment that we use have been updated, including our Transtar, which I've had to kind of change that up a little bit. But the biggest piece and the biggest thing that's going to cause us some issues is this guy, our Case 8950 Magnum. You see, this was updated as well. Now we have some new things around it, which is very cool. However, we've lost about 200 horsepower. I was running a very high, modded horsepower engine with this. And unfortunately now, that is gone. So we're now down to 250 horsepower, which is fine. But I wanted to upgrade our seating setup. Now we're still rocking 600 horsepower in this bad boy. Don't you worry. But I wanted to do something a little different. So that's going to mean a couple things. We're going to have to take this over to the store to sell it, but we also are going to have to get all of the seed and fertilizer out of this thing. And I'm not sure how to do that. I think I got a pretty good idea. We're just going to force unload. Yep, that seems to be working a-okay. There's some seeds. I'm just going to keep spamming that until everything goes away. All right, that worked. And for some reason, this opened all the way up. Please fold. Thank you. All of this is a problem, but I think it's going to be tomorrow's problem. Oh yeah, if I have liftable pallets on, well, that's not going to be a problem at all now, is it? All right, I think the biggest problem is going to be getting this back over to the store so we could sell it and buy a new one. So let's see. Will our pickup truck take this? Only one way to find out. It's also assuming that the other seeder that I'm going to be getting also will hook up to the truck. That may also cause us some trouble. Who knows? Hey, you never know until you try. Let's see. Back it up. I'm assuming this will hook up. Hey, there we go. All right. Yes. Ha ha. Let's go. This feels extremely silly. I'm also a little bit nervous about this whole setup on the road as well. Is this a thing? Like, IRL, do farmers drive some of their equipment that's similar to this around like this? I feel like I'm not supposed to be doing this, but it's working. It's pretty heavy, but it's working. I get the sneaky suspicion the seeder that I'm going to be buying is not going to be this simple. Although, I think overall the mass will be much less. I keep forgetting, but we really need to get some kind of ramp put on the back of this. I always keep going up onto the sidewalk and it hurts every time. So I'm going to drive through there. Maybe I'll paint something right there. Yeah, now that's a good idea. So we'll bring this around here. We'll park it up. Yeah, about right about there. That'll do the trick. Yes. So we're getting rid of something red. I can tell you, we're going to be buying something blue. Let's see, $45,000 off of that. That's going to pay for about half of our new seeder. And here it is, the Kinsey Blue Drive, the 3665. This is a seed-only version that I've gone for. We also have gotten rid of the ridge markers because I don't use those either. And this is going to help us with our seeding. This is actually made possible to use either planter or seeder crops, so all of the crops that we may need, and it's direct drill, which is fantastic. I think the biggest problem is going to be, will it hook up to this? That might be the question. This will hold 4,000 liters of seed for us. It's not a massive amount. Please hook up. Oh, thank goodness. It's not a massive amount, but maybe we buy some seeds while we're here. Yeah, maybe. We'll go ahead and fill this thing up while we're at it. How's this thing handle? That's going to be another question. I feel like it shouldn't be able to take that turn that well. But it is, so whatever. All right, a little bit more. Yep, a little bit more. And we're good. This is a cool piece of equipment, man. So I was really excited about this one because it's a little smaller than what we've been using as far as overall size goes. It's not quite as long as everything. However, the transport is super simple with this one. And also, we can either use it with the Magnum or we can use it with the quad track. The plan right now is to use it with the quad track, but I think we can get a little bit better, not speed for sure, but unfortunately, the Magnum doesn't have the power to run this as much. 300 horsepower is still required. It is quite a bit. Would it be nice to get ourselves another tractor? Absolutely. However, I have no idea what we would get. So I think for now, we just hang on to the Quadtrac, which, to be fair, we really haven't used a whole lot of it. We've used it for seeding, but that was it. Yeah. Man, we're rocking with this thing too. 69 miles an hour. Nice. I didn't think about it. Hopefully this will handle our fertilizer spreader all right as well. We're going to have to... Oh, that gear just jumped in, didn't it? We are going to be using this, at least start with today, with a little bit of lime. We're going to put some lime down on all of our fields. So we'll see exactly what happens with that. The tractor definitely feels different. Not crazy. Just a little bit different. Still gets up and moves pretty good, though, so that's nice. All right, let's see how much lime we have. Last year, we used more lime than I could even fathom. We are going to be able to fill this thing up, but we're going to have to fill it up quite a few more times. So I think buying maybe another 30,000 liters of it or something would be a nice benefit. 50,000 probably should, but maybe we'll... You know what? It's not that expensive. 50,000 liters of lime. Here. Now, it's also been a hot minute since we have done anything updated with our crops. So I'm thinking we come in here to precision farming, and I am thinking that we purchase a soil sample again just to refresh it. You know, I think it'll be good. And we'll go ahead and refresh this one as well. I'm also curious why in the world our environmental score is so low. Oh, because our nitrogen level's awful over here. Well, that's not my fault. We're getting ready to fix it anyway. So just like previous year, we will be putting in alfalfa, and we will be utilizing that for some grass. Matter of fact, we do have this huge area around. We still have the grass all over the place. What's the other field look like? I think this one's the same. I don't think we have a dirt skirt. Nope, no dirt skirt. I think we would be much better off just doing regular grass this year. We did hay alfalfa last year. Worked pretty well, I thought, but maybe we just go with grass this year. Either way, we still need to put down some lime. So let's get in here and we'll double check, make sure everything's good to go. Automatic application rate is turned on. We've got our crop sensors, which are turned on. The only thing left is to make sure we have got our steering assist mode on, and then the lime shall go. And boy, oh boy, is it going to be a lot. I'm also interested if this has always had 250 some horsepower and it just accidentally had a 400 on the other one. Would be very interested. Interested indeed. Let's open up our map down at the bottom so we can keep an eye on everything, but it doesn't look like we're going to have to do a whole lot. I think most of this field is good to go. We're probably not going to be putting down as much as we normally would. Around the first time, and we still have 83-ish% of our lime left. Not too shabby. Now that we've knocked out some of it, let's go ahead. We got 63% left. Use about 20% every time we go around. I don't know how much more we're going to need, but I figure maybe we'll go get some more. Oh yeah, I've already forgot I bought 50,000 liters of lime. I think we can agree I bought too much. Too much lime is how much I bought. All right, so here's what we've got. We're all done with this field, and we used another 50%. So what is that? We would have still had a little bit left. I think that's what that is. Yeah, should probably run down most of this over here, even though the alfalfa's not dying right there. We'll seed over all of it eventually. Let's fill this back up with lime, and then we're gonna head back out to our other field. And I will say this as well, I think this is probably, or at least it feels like, the last year on this farm, this area right here. So there are multiple farms on the map. There's another one over here, 34 right there. This one is a equestrian farm. We do have a couple more buildings on this one, which is nice. Very cool. And a bunch of sheep. So that, you know, offers something. And then, of course, we have the big farm on the map. Farmland number 1 over here. We'll actually have to visit 2 because it's so far over here. Insanely large silo complex, which is very cool. We've also got a dryer on here. We've got a couple buildings, but not as many as you would expect. And then, of course, we have the cattle farm over here. Let's jump over that. There we go. And we'll see them right over here. So there's a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of room to move, but these places are pricey. And as a matter of fact, we're not even on a farm. We're on an area that had a what was it, the grain mill where you could build. So the good thing about this other field is $373,000, and I think we could probably buy a couple fields, maybe one or two. I mean, if we had $1 million, we could easily get the farm in 2 fields. And then this farm over here, 638. So it's not terrible, but it would be nice to kind of, go from one to the other, or maybe even have enough money to where we don't have to sell the farm we're on to begin with. Anyway, there you go. I just wanted to show you, give you an idea, but we don't have enough money yet. Actually, I think I had enough money for one of them, but I bought a stupid cedar. Oh well, next time. As a matter of fact, we'll probably end up making a bunch of silage bales. I didn't think about that. This whole time we've been making hay, which is fine, but now we have something a little bit different. So I definitely think we're going to be changing that up ever so slightly. Crop sensors on. We're good to go. Let's go and knock this thing out. Finishing it up now. Almost done with this whole field. And we were actually able to do the whole thing on one tank. We used less lime on this one than we did on the other field, which I thought was kind of interesting, but it is what it is. So since our cedar doesn't have fertilizer in it, we are going to have to fill this up with solid fertilizer, but since we've already got plenty of it, I think we'll be all right. And then after that, we will go from a dir. Let's go ahead and put this lime away. Thank goodness I could pick up all of these. There we go. I guess that's where I'm going to have to pick those up, and we'll put everything back in this silo. It's going to be an easier way to do all this. Can I not pick these up? Are these not liftable? Oh, goodness. All right, well, we got everything in here now. I'm not quite sure how much of everything is in here. Let's see, solid fertilizer, 9,800 liters. That's decent, but that is not going to be enough. We need to buy some more of that. However, I'm worried about how much it's going to cost. Let's see, $17,000 for 10,000 more liters. Oh, boy. That's a whole bunch. That's a lot, but at least, there we go. Fill it up, and we're good. And because it's fertilizer and not lime, we're going from our 15 meters up to 42 meters now. Nice. Unfortunately, we can't put anything into the field yet because now we need to do the grass, which I think we are going to park this up here. There we go. And let's grab this one. Backing up all the way was certainly not the right answer, but we're doing it. A little bit further. Got it. Yeah, all right. So it's set to corn. Oh, I am not going to like the way that turns. Oh, no. Maybe I'll try and get over it for now, but that is going to kick that cedar off in different directions where I don't want it to. Well, we'll give it a try and see. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it won't be. We'll have to wait and find out. Let's find our grass. Let's see, there it is. Grass is good. And we'll pull around here and get it unfolded. Hey, that is definitely one of the cooler parts about this piece of equipment, is the way it unfolds. That's pretty awesome. And bring it forward. Nice. All right. So now let's see if I can actually manage to do this with this type of turning radius. 12 meters. There we go. Bring it, drop it down, turn it on. And we're go. We're good. Okay. So far, so good. Things are looking okie dokie. I will double check it here just to make sure. Yep, grass is going in. We'll be able to make some silage bales out of this, which will be very, very nice. Just keeping an eye on this. It seems to be doing okay. One thing, I don't think this has any... yeah, there are 0 sensors on any of this equipment. However, my variable rate seed... Oh, it says it's not available. I'm Well, it tells me I should deactivate my automatic seed, but yeah, variable rate seed, not available. Very interesting. I'm not quite sure what to expect or believe through there. We are using a direct drill setup, so at least there's that. And we'll get this thing spun around here. Yeah, you know what? It's working. It's not terrible. It's doing okay. There we go. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think this tractor will be all right. It does look pretty cool, though, doesn't it? You know, I was thinking about this. Is there even a yield difference with the seed? Like, does seed need a variable rate? I don't know the answer to that question. I would almost assume that the answer to that question is no, right? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, if we come in here and take a look, we can see that we have a standard rate of seed for the entire thing. Whereas before, when we were using the other seeder, now I don't think there's a difference here because we haven't put down grass yet. It's just putting down a regular standard rate of seed. I should probably do more research on precision farming. Also, you're probably wondering why my tires and tracks and stuff aren't getting all covered in lime like they normally do. Well, unfortunately, the real dirt color mod was causing trouble again today. Went out of the day I'm recording this anyway. It's not working. So it says that it is out of commission. What was the wording that it used? Outdated. That's it. Outdated. Well, that stinks. There's what we got so far. We have all the way around it. Looking good. Looking very, very good. And we're just going to come around here and I guess just jump right in. Let's see. Yeah. Drop it down. Select it. And turn it on. All right. We're going to go back and forth a lot. This is going to be kind of boring, but we got to do it anyway. So I've enjoyed driving the quad track. Man, I ran that stop sign every single time. I've enjoyed driving the quad track, but I'll be honest, turning with that thing and this seeder, planter, whatever you want to call it, this drill, it ain't working, man. No, it's not working for me. I am not having a good time. So I'm going to see, can we utilize this and turn on a dime? And that answer is a resounding yes. Oh my goodness. Let's go, dude. Yeah. Oh man, turning around. Perfect. Let's see, speed back up 11 miles an hour. That's our running speed for this. I think that is good. Maybe we will add back in the extra power mod where we could pay for about, what was it, 15-20% extra power. That's probably not a bad thing, but you know what? I'm just not quite sure that quad track has a place on the farm anymore. As of now, there's nothing to do with it. The other seeder worked pretty good with it, but I mean, let's be honest, Magnum could have run that one easily. I don't know. Either way, grass is going in the ground. All good things. All right, well, we got some engine power now. Let's see. Stage 3, which is 20%. That'll give us a good amount of power. Should add up to about an extra 50. It actually doesn't tell us what it is here, but for 7,500 bucks, yeah, not bad. And now I can definitely tell you this is taking off. I love it. Yeah. Boom. There we go. Spin them around about now. And line it up and bring it down. Yeah. All right. We're going to knock this out in no time. And there it is. The last little bit. Bam. We got it. Sweet. All right. Let's raise it up. And I think I might be able to just sneak across the road down here, assuming nobody's coming. Let's just assume no one is. Yay. Hey, got it. So there was one thing that I was sitting here thinking about while I was running this seeder. My fertilizer spreader still doesn't have a tractor if we're not going to use the quad track. So guess what? We're going to try to use the quad track. We'll see what happens with that one. What I'm going to do is we are going to run the headlands for this field, and then I'm just going to hire on a worker, and we will try to fertilize ourselves. I don't know how that's going to go, but we will find out. All right, here we go, baby. Not happy about how much that missed back there, but that's okay. Finishing up this field now, at least for the headlands. There we go. And then drop it off. All right, cool. I guess we could just line it up with this one, right? really may not even matter where we start this. Should have plenty of seeds, I'm not worried about that. Plenty of fuel, I think we will be just fine. Set it up, AI worker, don't work the headlands, and go do your thing. Now this is gonna be the funny part. Is this gonna work? And how bad is it not gonna work? I've never used an articulated tractor on something like this before. All right, we're hooked up. If I remember correctly, I think this is a 42 meter working width piece of equipment. Yes, 42. The worker never wants to do that part right, so I always have to change this. And I think one headland will be perfectly fine. Good thing is, we can pull this thing with no issues whatsoever. Look at that, we are zooming. Maybe this is the use for it. I don't know, we may find out. I don't know. Let's hook it up. Not sure why I said that. We're already hooked up. Let's get into the field, turn it on. Oh, stop. You know, we should probably set this thing up real quick. Let's see, automatic application rate is on, so we're good there. Why is this still freaking out? Quit tweaking. Honestly, the biggest problem here is I don't have any precision farming sensors on this thing. And I don't think we could put any on here either. No, we cannot. Well, time to see, I guess, just how badly this goes. I don't know, let's find out. All right, fertilizer's going down. Looking all right. It does look like the perfect number is pretty low, all things considered. So maybe this is actually the perfect amount. Either way, this is working. It looks a little silly, but it's working fine. You know what? Not too shabby. We actually did pretty good there. I like this. This is a very cool setup for me. It works really nice. I don't have to worry about weight, which was kind of an issue beforehand, and we definitely had some other issues, especially with the Magnum, with this one pulling it, where if I took a turn too fast, like, you know, going from one line to the other, I would have to make a pretty wide line, otherwise it would jackknife. That's no good either. This, no issues. Quadtrack weighs more than the trailer itself, and the way that it steers, for some reason, it's driving like a dream. It's awesome. One field down, one to go. We'll just kind of drive over there like we did. We didn't use a whole lot either. However, I could definitely tell there was an issue not having sensors on this thing. You could see it was kind of uneven a little bit. This field, a little bit patchy, but the other one, it kind of did everything in waves. I don't know, what's the best way to describe this? Soil type, pH, nitrogen. Yeah, here we go. You could see kind of the waves and the unevenness. I think that had to do with not having any sensors on here. Maybe for this harvest we'll learn our lesson and then and maybe get something else. It's a pretty sweet tractor. I'm gonna miss it, but I'm not using it a whole lot. But one thing I am using a whole lot is this time to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for watching. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and we will see you in the next one. Hopefully this grass has grown a little bit. Peace.